This is why size does not matter. At least not in everything, you filthy-minded individual. But this game had everything. Great visuals and, for all intents and purposes, infinite amount of universe to play with. But it failed to do so because of one very simple thing. Because 99.5% of it is literally not visited by anyone, and most likely won't be visited by anyone as well. But why? Why did this happen? Gamers are always asking for more, and when they got more, they didn't use it at all. So let's talk about that. Oh, and by the way, we're talking about Elite Dangerous. And no, if you think that I'm gonna be bashing it to the ground, no, I won't be doing that. But I will be talking about why it failed. Well, rather why developers are failing. Let me explain. Elite Dangerous is a space sim, or space simulation if you want to call, where you are a pilot and you can do whatever you want. The same thing that every big game is trying to pull off. In this case, you are limited with a few different things to do, like engage in economy and engage in trade, engage in combat, or engage in exploration. That's practically 3 things that you would do. And I won't lie to you, all of those things were implemented pretty well. The game still to this day looks absolutely gorgeous, especially if you're gonna play it in VR. And trust me, in VR, there is nothing better visually than this game is. The sheer grandiose of the universe, which, by the way, is one-to-one recreation of our Milky Way galaxy, with hundreds of billions would there be star systems and planets, and absolute majority of which can be visited, but is not visited by almost anyone. So no matter which direction you go, you will eventually, pretty soon, will reach the place that was not visited by anyone. And probably will not be visited by anyone as well. Because all of the game is happening in a very, very small point in the galaxy called the bubble. And if you choose a combat, well, it's pretty good as well. The game has very interesting combat and probably about one of the best space combats. It's easy to pick up, pretty fast, pretty fun, and pretty deep as well if you want to, well, spend some time with it. And if you choose the economic aspect, well, you have a mining, you have a trading, and it's pretty interesting as well. Well, as interesting as mining and trading can be. Probably mining is more interesting because of its outstanding visuals and insane sound engine. And for years, all you could do is just to travel from star system to star system, from planet to planet, from space station to space station, making money and, well, engaging in one of those activities that I talked about. And from time to time, you would meet other players and you would engage in activities together, but practically that was it. Don't get me wrong, even doing those things will take you plenty of time because, yeah, there are plenty of things to unlock, to buy, and to, well, do, even in those disciplines. But eventually you will reach the ceiling, and eventually you will reach the ceiling of the grind. And that's where game actually falls apart completely, for me and for many people as well. Because the grind in this game is insane. And if you try to go with an engineers, you know what I mean. Because all the endgame upgrades are hidden behind an insane grind. And when I'm talking about insane grind, it's even insane for the people who grind all day long in every other game. And do you know what's also bad thing about this? If you will engage in something in the game that requires an information outside of a star system that you are in, good luck. Because there's practically no way to get information outside of that. Like, for example, getting information about the prices in other star systems of the goods and any other information that you want to get. Well, it is possible, but only with the using of outside third-party tools. And those tools have been used for years. And when this was integrated in the game, never. It's still not there. But you will say, oh Nick, but they actually added space lags to the game. With an Odyssey expansion, you have an ability to leave your spacecraft and walk around and play the game like a shooter, right? Well, yeah, technically you can do that, but it's absolutely awful. First thing, if you can make it run well, good luck, because it runs like crap. And the second thing, well, it's not good. It's just very basic trying of implementation of the shooter. And that's it. And in the world where you have Halos, where you have CODs, where you have Battlefields, and where you even have a Fortnite, this is an absolute disgrace. So yeah, I'm not even considering Odyssey as a part of this game because, yeah, it's absolutely trash. At least other things in the base game was more or less fun, at least to some degree. Odyssey is not fun at all, in any way, shape, or form. So what they're using this insanely large galaxy for? Well, nothing. To this day, only 0.05% of an entire galaxy have been visited by someone, visited, not even explored, just visited. And the only thing that this exploration is used for is by mapping those unknown star systems and selling the map data. That's basically it. There is no other reason to be there. Well, at least no other reason that would justify the amount of time it is taking to travel so far. Yes, you can travel multiple times the speed of light, but we're talking about the size of the galaxy. That is 100,000 light years across. So even if you will travel 100,000 times faster than the speed of light, it will still take you a year to cross an entire galaxy. While there is a frameshift drive that will practically allow you to cover interstellar distances in seconds, but we're still talking about hundreds of billions of stars, that all you can do is travel from one star to another, and then to another, and then to another, etc, etc. It still takes months to get to the other end of the galaxy in real time. And what for? Well, nothing. You can just go there, see yourself on a galaxy map on the other end of the galaxy from the bubble, and then you will just go back. That's it. Please don't get me wrong, this game is insanely beautiful experience, and if you're a casual gamer that wants to sit down and enjoy the beauty, especially in VR, this game is fantastic. But this is a live service game. This is not a single player game. This is an always online game, even though you can still play this game solo without any other players. Yet still it has nothing that has been added that was significant enough in years. And yes, it's been out in years, and the biggest thing that was added, at least the story development wise, which you don't have actually story in the game at all, was Thargoids, the aliens, which you can fight now. But there's literally no story at all except for some excerpts and that you need to piece together one piece by piece, or find someone who has already pieced together the history of the galaxy. Even X4 Foundations has a story and multiple DLCs and upgrades and additions to the core gameplay. Even without it, it is infinitely more replayable because how different the gameplay is on every playthrough, and how differently all different factions are actually acting out. It's the same thing over and over again. It's a beautiful backdrop. It's literally the wallpaper engine that you need to be running on a background. It's beautiful, yeah, there is no denial in that. Still beautiful years after its release, and will be beautiful years after today, but it's insanely boring after some time, or instantly grindy after some time. Yes, I enjoyed this game so much few years back, but after that I haven't been touching it because, well, there is no reason for me to touch it. Go and try to get a carrier? Why? Just to grind out for credits, just to keep it running? This is not EVE Online. This is not X4. I don't need to have a carrier. I would find someone else who has a carrier. That's it. And even then, I really don't need that as well. All in all, this game could have been a go-to space sim for everyone, outshining and destroying all the other space sims. Yet, it's still on the same level as it was on release. Maybe one good thing that was added in the game was Horizons update that added, well, the planetary landing, but after that, no. Hopefully it will change, but I really have no hope for it, at least not anymore. Well, this will be it for today. Thank you for being here with me. Like the video if you like, subscribe for more videos like this one, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. See ya.